During the early planning stages of Disney Plus back in 2017, then CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, announced to the public that the company would once again be dipping their toes into the Monsters, Inc. universe, only this time with less polarizing results. A new TV series was on the docket, entitled Monsters at Work, only unlike its predecessor, Monsters University, this would instead be a sequel series, and not a prequel, following a new monster named Tyler, who joins the company mere days after Waternoose is ousted and the factory starts to transition to Laugh Power. Originally planned to be released sometime in 2020, the series was delayed to spring of the following year, 2021, and then was delayed again to July 2nd of the same year, only to then be delayed one final time to 5 days later, July 7th. A long time to wait for sure, but was it ultimately worth it? In my opinion, yes. Let's start with the characters. Tyler, for starters, is someone who could very easily become an unlikable lead if he were written incorrectly, if he were too bitter about having to work in MIFT, or too self-absorbed about becoming a jokester over all else, then it wouldn't work as well. They strike a nice balance here between him wanting to leave MIFT and become a jokester, while his heart wanting to do the right thing in the situations. The new team of MIFT characters that Tyler works with are also quite nice as well. Obvious standouts are Mindy Kaling as his coworker Val, and Henry Winkler as Tyler's boss, Fritz. However, there is one member of the MIFT team I'm not really all that thrilled with, and that would have to be Duncan. No, it's not because he's an antagonistic character to Tyler, but rather that he's just an annoying character in general. His voice is grating, and his constant obsession with calling Tyler college boy.
Up here, college boy. Down there, college boy. Open your eyes, college boy. Here. Over there, college boy. College boy.
Gets old super quick.
College boy.
I will stab you.
One more thing I really like about this show is that unlike other shows based on movies, while yes, there is a all-new cast of characters that we follow, we also don't completely abandon the old ones that we fell in love with in favor of them. Mike and Sully are as big of main characters as Tyler and the rest of the MIFT crew, which going in I really did not expect. We even have some other returning characters as well, like Celia, Needleman and Smitty, well, otherwise known as the janitors, and heck, even the adorable snowman makes a reappearance in one of the better episodes of the season. And to add on top of that, most of the returning characters are voiced by their original actors. Billy Crystal, John Goodman, Jennifer Tilly, and yeah, they even got John Ratzenberger, which must have been very hard for them. They probably had to get him during his breaks as Ham, P.T. Flea, The Underminer, Mac, Mustafa, and apparently a grandfather on a Disney Channel show called Just Roll With It? Wait, that was a thing?
Discovered that all your doors were locked, so I went around to the basement window and jimmied it a little bit, and then I smashed it with a crowbar.
Granted, this isn't without its minor grievances too, as you can really hear the ages of John Goodman and Billy Crystal during certain scenes. Also, maybe it's just me, but does Billy Crystal sound like he's doing voiceover in a closet to avoid waking up a nearby baby to anybody else?
Well, I do, Roz. True friends never say goodbye, so goodbye.
The animation here, done by Disney Television Animation, is really impressive. Characters are lively, and the overall visual look of the show feels right, given the source material. Okay, it's no Pixar, but given the quality of some other 3D animated shows on TV, it's amazing it looks as good as it does. The new monsters on this show at least look like they would actually fit in with Monstropolis, unlike whatever the hell Square Enix was smoking for Kingdom Hearts 3. I even love how the opening credits are a complete homage to the original film, with the stylized 2D animation. Overall, Monsters at Work is undeniably charming. It's got a diverse cast of colorful characters, mixed in with some fan favorites. Is it on the same level as the first film? Probably not. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sure, the plots are a bit simpler, but we do get some decent callbacks and world building. This was clearly targeted at a younger demographic. Not necessarily Disney Junior, but on the same level as, say, A House of Mouse or Timon and Pumbaa. It's not going to tug at your heartstrings or make you want to cry like some other Pixar properties. But at the end of the day, neither did the original Toy Story, and that's just as fondly remembered. Sometimes a show or film that you can just watch and laugh and be entertained by is enough. Not everything has to be the first 10 minutes of Up, just as long as it's also not a complete farce. It's a balance, and I think Monsters at Work hits that perfectly. Do I have some minor criticisms? Sure, but nothing's perfect. Would I recommend this to people who liked the first Monsters, Inc.? Absolutely. So there you go, guys. That was my quick review of Monsters at Work, currently streaming on Disney+. If you've seen Monsters at Work, let me know what you think about it in the doobly-doo. And until next time, later.